My name is Detective Christopher Raven. We live in a world where murderers walk free, in a justice system bogged down by red tape and human error. That all ends with mercy. A judicial system powered by artificial intelligence with access to every camera, cell phone, and database. If you commit a capital crime, you have 90 minutes to prove your innocence to an AI judge, or you will be executed.
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court.
Hold on, just wait a second.
You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
I loved my wife. I didn't hurt her.
If you are innocent, prove it.
I need us to walk the scene. No, I have something here. We gotta go old school.
It's Trinidad, the Islandman, your Islandman, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad, the Islandman, your Islandman. And, well, last night, during a special sneak preview for the Mystery Monday movie, I went in and I saw the new movie coming out starring Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson called Mercy. Now this opens up wide, I believe, at the end of this week. And it's going to be one of the only new releases coming out for the end of January, pretty much. And, well, remember our rating scale. Shock a thumbs up. It's good to see. I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's junk. I don't recommend it. And for Mercy, starring Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson from the Dune, from the Mission Impossible series, and of course Chris Pratt, you know, from as Star-Lord in the Marvel Universe, to name a couple other smaller movies as well. It is overall a shock a thumbs up. Now, let me just say, I originally was not going to see this movie. I didn't want to have anything to do with this movie. But, as I said, it was the Mystery Monday movie at the theaters. And so, you know, wondering what that could be, I went and I saw it. And, you know, by the start of the day, I was thinking, it's like, oh man, it's probably going to be Mercy, because that's the only new movie coming out. And they usually just do new movies, right? Pretty much up on the, end of the week kind of movies that are going to start wide. So I was thinking it was Mercy, and I was thinking, well, maybe I should get my money back for the ticket. Because when I saw the previews, the scenes, the trailers for this movie, as you have, I thought naturally of Tom Cruise's Minority Report. Because basically, essentially, that this movie is a retelling of that movie. As you can see, in the not so distant future, crimes are tried, judge, jury, executioner by AI, by an AI judge and an AI courtroom, basically. This was developed by Chris Pratt's character. And basically, it streamlines the justice system because crime was so overridden in the future LA cities that they needed swift justice and impartial justice. And thus they went and took the human component out of it using just facts and figures from this AI, being Rebecca Ferguson as the AI judge called Mercy. The entire court system is called Mercy. The program is Mercy, and thus her name is Mercy in the movie. And we find right away that Chris Pratt has been accused of murdering his wife in a much brutal fashion. Again, just like just like Tom Cruise did in Minority Report. Accused of a murder, and he must prove his innocence or else be killed by the state, by this program Mercy. And essentially, the only difference with this, other than Minority Report, where Tom Cruise is on the run, is that for the entire movie, Chris Pratt is essentially strapped to a chair. there in the courtroom, which will send a lethal, I believe, electric shock to him if he's found guilty. And he's got to get under like 92% of a guilt probability for the program, Rebecca Ferguson, Mercy, to halt the guilty verdict and his death and execution, essentially. And so during that, he has to launch this investigation. Fortunately, he is a police officer, so he has the advantage of knowing how procedures are done and knowing who is called upon. He's like the 13th person to be tried in this manner. And as far as we are told, he is the only one, only police officer or detective that has had this opportunity to test the system from the inside. Although it's not really a test, as his life is truly in danger of getting executed and killed for the murder of his wife, unless he can prove his innocence. And so over the close to 2-hour runtime of this movie, we see him do so following police procedures, something none of the other accused had access to. However, they all had the same tools. Rebecca Ferguson, being the AI, is hooked up to all of the databases of the city. People's social medias, cameras are legally allowed to be hacked into. Personal devices, ring cameras, doorbell cameras, etc., vehicle cameras, your phones, computers, whatever, so that they can be hacked, phone logs, without warrants or anything like that, because she is the judge and she approves it right there on the spot. And it being the AI program, super hacker, she can go in and access these items so that you can use these items, these phone records, these video cameras, to prove or solidify your guilt or innocence. And that's what Tom Cruise, that's what Chris Pratt attempts to do in this movie. Again, very much like Minority Report, except that it is more isolated. There is action through other characters that he sends his fellow police officers, his friends, to do certain investigations for him and uncover evidence, all while he's armchair quarterbacking from the courtroom. We do see him in action on some past clips as not flashbacks but other video proof of him during the years of being actions, maybe being estranged from his wife slightly, other things that might have promoted his anger towards his wife, etc. So we do have Chris Pratt in some action scenes throughout the movie, spaced, but essentially he is the man in the chair working with and against Rebecca Ferguson, trying to prove his innocence, and also as she is trying to prove his guilt, or maintain his guilt, as in this case, in this future, you are guilty until you are proven innocent, at least below that 92% chance, which is what they did. As far as being fair, I guess. It is pretty cookie cutter, very close and similar, like I said, to Minority Report, other than his isolation in the courtroom. Still a lot of high-tech security gadgets being somewhat into the future. We do have some flying police cars, etc. Of course, the video surveillance being much greater than what it is right now. But it's, the near future, one could say, and definitely gives you some items to think about as far as what AI could definitely be used for, keeping people's conscience clear of finding someone guilty and executing them. So why not give it to AI, a very impartial and guilt-free program to do so that people's morals are not clouded or tested or you know, one is not concerned with maybe getting it wrong. Whereas an AI might not feel such things because they don't feel being machines. And so that's basically man versus machine is the ultimate moral of this story. And also the fallibility of machines being purely logical and looking at fact base only and not being able to follow one's guts as a human might and have intuition to investigate certain aspects of crimes further for guilt or innocence. Chris Pratt overall does a good job. So does Rebecca Ferguson, who wins me over in this role, as at first she is very one-dimensional, being a computer program. By the end of it, she seems to be developing some type of human responses almost, you know, learning, being a learning program. Chris Pratt kind of helps her through this, more so than any of the other 12 victims or guilty people through this. So overall, it did win me over for a shock of thumbs up. However, I do still feel that this is ultimately a streaming movie and would be best served with you watching it at home. But as being one of the newer fares and only new fares for the end of January at the movie theaters, you know, you might want to go ahead and check it out there, especially if you're a fan of Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. It's not a bad tale, and it's told somewhat uniquely. All right. Again, shock a thumbs up for the new movie with Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson, Mercy. Overall, a shock a thumbs up. Worth checking out if you really want to at the movie theater. All right. Mahalo and aloha.